Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be being a non-drinker ruins my social life. Got an email here from a viewer. He says, "Hey Corey, I'm a student at UCF and I'm 23. I'm a non-drinker and I don't drink simply because I have no interest in drinking." Fucking awesome, dude. I love to drink and I love booze, but you know what? I hate the fucking way it makes me feel. I don't like hangovers. I don't like being sick. And when I was in my, pretty much from the time I was a teenager through my early 30s, pretty much every weekend, unless I was in a relationship, I was fucking shit-faced. I was partying with my buddies. But as I got older and I got into really healthy eating and learned how the body works, I realized alcohol is incredibly toxic to the body, and it's simply not healthy. And I spent several years where I didn't drink anything. I didn't smoke any weed. I didn't drink any alcohol. I didn't do any of that stuff. And I swore it all off. And I went, 3 or 4 years or whatever it was. Didn't eat chocolate. I was like total anal retentive about my diet. And I, of course, loosened up and mellowed out over the years. And I still like to have a glass of wine every now and then. I'm like right now, I'll give you an example. Like on Thanksgiving, I had 4 beers. And before that, I think the last time I drank before that was probably 3-4 weeks before that. And I went out with a buddy, and I think I had 3 or 4, maybe 5 beers at the most over the course of an evening. I was hanging out with a friend, and that was it. That's only 2 times I've drank in the whole last month, where I think I maybe had 8 to 10 beers total this whole past 30 days. Well, in my 20s, I used to, my buddies and I used to drink like fucking 20. We would, like on Saturdays when I was in my early 20s, one of my buddies, we used to go to Bennigan's, and they had happy hour 2-for-1 drafts. So I think we would get there like 11 or 11:30 whenever it started. And so we would start drinking, and it's not like we were like pounding and doing shots. We would just like drink all day and just have a good time. We would eat. We'd go to sports bars. There's a couple places we'd go. We'd go hang out with a bunch of our high school buddies, and a lot of the girls we went to high school with, shooting the shit. And I literally would drink about 22 to 25 beers in a like 12, 14 hour period. Literally like 2, 3 in the morning. It's like you keep drinking. You pretty much drink yourself sober because you work up a tolerance. But those days are behind me, and they were fun, had great memories. But I'm not interested in living that lifestyle again. But I do still like to drink every now and then. And like I said, I found it really doesn't matter whether you've been drinking or not. It's like when you get to a place where you're fearless and you don't worry about rejection, and when you look into a woman's eyes, you look into her eyes with, "I'm like the best fucking thing you have ever met, and getting to know me is the best thing that's ever going to happen to you." That's the way I feel. That's the way I think. And so when I start talking to somebody, I communicate that. I don't need booze or alcohol or drugs or any of that stuff to make myself feel confident. And what I've realized is actually I'm better interacting with women sober than anything else, just because it's I'm not trying to think of what I need to say. It just things flow a lot more naturally. I like the way I feel being natural and being sober, and it really doesn't matter. But you're 23, you're in college. Pretty much everybody is boozing it up and getting shit faced. That's what I was doing when I was your age, and there's nothing wrong with it. But it's great for you. Just think about it. It's like all that alcohol and all that booze that I drank over all those years, you're not going to do that. And so you're going to take much better care of your body. And that's great for you, man. So good job. So he says, "I sometimes get rejected by acquaintance because I choose not to drink. People would ask me if I drink, and my reply is no, and that's the last time they would want to talk to me." It's like, yeah, it's like, so the majority of the people that are your age, they're away from college. They're at college, away from the parents for the first time, and they don't have mom and dad. They're not having to worry about sneaking alcohol around. It's like, so they go, and that's just what people do when they're in their 20s. They want to fucking party and rage against the machine and have a good time. He says, "It's like being a non-drinker ruins my social life to a certain extent." And the thing I've realized over the years is that I've dated women that don't drink at all. I've dated women that drink a little bit here and there, and I've drank women that like to drink a lot. And it really doesn't matter. Like one of the girls I wrote about in my book, Miss Florida. When I dated her, I was at the time when we were dating I was going through a period like I was like super healthy, super ultra vegetarian, and I wasn't touching any of that stuff at all. And she didn't drink either because she was very healthy. I mean, she was a singer. I mean, she took unbelievable. I mean, God, this girl's so fucking hot. I mean, that's why she was Miss Florida. She competed in the Miss America pageant. I mean, she was a fucking beautiful woman, perfect body, and she took good care of herself. And it really doesn't matter. I mean, I've done it both ways. I've done it being totally dead flat sober, and that's pretty much 99.9% of the time I'm always sober when I meet a woman. And then if I am, I've only had a couple of glasses of wine or a couple of beers anyway. This, you know, like I said, those days of getting shit faced are long since gone and behind me. But like I said, now I've kind of mellowed out over the years, and I still like to drink every once in a while. But it's not my, like when I was in my 20s, like I said, my sole focus when the weekend came, it was fucking party time. And back then I was insecure about myself and I felt like I needed alcohol or drugs to make myself feel confident enough to talk to women. I was just at the mall a couple hours ago getting some work done on my computer, and I talk to women everywhere I go. I don't even think about it. I mean, it's like, to me, it's like breathing. And so I don't really think about these things a lot. But like I said, you got to be who you are. And if you've made the choice to not drink, that's fucking awesome, dude. I applaud you, and I know your body appreciates it as well, because alcohol is toxic to your body. It's poison, just like excessive amounts of sugar. And so everything in moderation. Doesn't mean you never have to drink anything, but you know, it's totally up to you. And if you've chosen that you're just not interested, that's fucking great, dude. Good for you, man. I salute you for that. That's awesome. And if that's who you are, keep doing it. Live your truth. And if people don't want to hang out with you because think about it. You really want to go and hang out with a bunch of drunk people? Probably not. So you just simply make friends with people who aren't excessive boozers. People that are focused on their goals and their dreams and their career and things of that nature. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs maximum, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, there's a box that has a link that'll take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, just download one of their free e-reader apps for whatever electronic device you want to read it on. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you can show your appreciation right now by going to my website, and on the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.